Our guest, welcome back to Valley View Live. Rat rods are cars made to be driven, not just shown off. And some of the most creative rat rods are built right here in our own backyard.
Steve Darnell is the owner of Welder Up Garage in Vegas, and he's a star of Discovery Channel's hit show Vegas Rat Rods. He's a local also. He joins us now to talk about his show and some of his amazing cretions. How are you?
Right.
Good.
Yeah. Okay. You're not just a local, you're a native.
Yes,
Yeah.
I was born at Sunrise Hospital in 1971. I didn't want to say how old I was, but this gray hair pretty much tells you so.
So you've seen a lot of changes over the years.
Yeah, I've seen this town go from one thing to another, and you know, I'm just glad to be a part of it. It's really cool. We had a construction company here. My dad owned a steel company. It was called Economy Steel, and so I kind of grew up in a steel yard and grew up with an iron fist and with my dad up my butt all day long. You know what I mean? So yeah.
Did he get you into cars?
Yeah, you know, my dad's got a bunch of classic cars, and you know, since a little kid, I've been kind of around them, and you know, growing up in the steel business, you know, you learn how to weld and fabricate and build things, and it's just all kind of came together now. Right. So, but it's been a good life.
What is a rat rod?
A rat rod is just basically kind of a car that you can. No limit. There's no rules. There's just you just be creative and do what you want. I mean, there's it's really just an extension of who you are and what you believe and what you want. And you know, if you have any fabrication skills and a little bit of a creative mind, you can just have so much fun with it. And I think that's why I'm here. Is just, I guess I took it to the next level. Yeah.
So let's take a look at some of them while we're talking, because one of the things I really love about your hit show now on
Discovery Channel.
On the Discovery Channel is I love watching you guys actually make these parts and figure out the art as well as the function of the vehicles.
Well, and that's the challenging part with building these cars is there's, you know, they come to you, some of the cars are 80 years old, some of the cars are 50 years old, and I don't really like to change what is there as far as like the appearance. I mean, like I explained to everybody, it's like my mom is 63 years old and I wouldn't want to change a thing about her. Right. So when these cars come in, you know, I don't want to change the face on them. Right. You know, all the drivetrain and all the safety underneath them, I would like to get safe, but I want them to look old and if not worse than they really are.
You add these pipes and these bells and whistles and all these crazy fun things to it. And in the end, they're still obviously drivable, and you want people to still enjoy that.
Oh yeah, I mean these cars function. Most of them that I build, they're set up to make 1,000 to 1,200 horsepower. I mean, wow. One of my cars makes 1,250 horse, and it looks like something that you wouldn't even drive. And so they got to be safe. But on the flip side, they're very artistically put together. I feel like I'm about half car builder and a half artist. Right. And the artistic part of it actually is the fun part for me. You know, building the chassis and putting the brake lines on it and putting the rear end in it and doing all that stuff is just not as fun. But when it comes to like detailing it and putting the cool stuff in it, I got one truck in my shop right now that's got 125 pair of cowboy boot tops in it. I cut all the tops off cowboy boots and did all the interior. Right. And like the women love it. They love the truck. I mean, they walk in and they're just, so, you know, building these cars attracts so many different people. It's not just guys that are building cars. I mean, the women love it. They come in the shop and they just cannot get enough. Like, if you ever come down to my shop, you'd love it. It's so decorated.
Okay, we're taking a tour.
Yeah, to me,
you gotta
it's
see
like
a tour.
Today's modern cars, they're boring. All the cars look the same. I go out in the parking lot and I hit my little key opener, and I'm like, which car am I? Is this my car? You know, I'm standing by somebody else's car. But that's what I love about your cars. It's those classic, old school styles.
It's like, and you know, even with some of the classic car shows that I go to, you know, they're kind of the same anymore. You know, like through the 90s, everybody had so much money and they were just throwing money at these cars and they didn't care. Just make it cool, paint it red, paint it green, whatever color. Well, I'm kind of just reversing all that because, you know, I think that these cars we need to bring back that old hot rod look. Yeah. You know what I mean?
And Steve, this is very much a family-friendly show.
Right.
Yeah, these are my sons that you can see right now. I got two boys, one's 15, one's 17, and they've been involved since they were little, and they're good kids and they work hard, and they're really into it. You know, they weld, they fabricate, they build their own stuff.
Good skills to have. Yes.
Well, yeah, and I think it's important. You know, I mean, growing up in this town, and I know there's a lot of guys out there that are my age that grew up with their dads that had steel businesses or any kind of business in this town when it was growing. they worked with their dads.
Right.
And nowadays we don't get to do that, but I try to make it happen with these kids, you know, because they need to learn their
Definitely
work
a
ethic.
family affair.
Absolutely.
Steve, thank you so much.
Yeah.
You got it.
And
Thanks for having me
congratulations
out.
on the show.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. Come check it out.
Yeah.
Buckle
Definitely.
up for a brand new season of Vegas Rat Rods beginning this Monday at 10 p.m. on the Discovery Channel. We'll be right back.